Today, we're going to talk about betrayal bonding and specifically betrayal bonding in affair relationships. We're going to be talking about how to spot the difference between true love or real love versus bonding through betrayal trauma. So, firstly, I want to discuss some of the signs of betrayal bonding. If you're in an affair right now, you've probably asked the question multiple times, is this true love or is this just bonding through trauma? So let's get into more of the signs that you're bonding through trauma, and then we'll discuss the signs that you're bonding through love. Firstly, bonding through trauma is intense, very intense. It's very fiery. It really sets off and activates your nervous system. In that, it feels so powerful. And because of how intense it is, it often makes you feel like, wow, I've never felt a love like this before. And so it can really trip you up in thinking, I think I've found my person. I think I've found my soulmate. When in reality, you can be bonding through unconscious trauma. So let's get into the first sign and that is intense emotional highs and lows. If you're feeling on top of the world, so in love, but then at the end of the day, you go home and you feel so alone, depressed, sad, wondering what this is. And you're just going on this emotional roller coaster, or maybe you're at highs with him and then really angry, really upset, really hurt and it's just this constant up and down yo-yo, then this is really a sign that you're bonding through betrayal trauma. The next one is feeling completely trapped or helpless. And this is because you feel like you have real no control over where this is going, or, yeah, really no control over what's happening. You don't feel stable, solid, grounded within yourself. And so, in that, you feel completely helpless. Now, true love will leave you feeling stable, secure, grounded within yourself, as opposed to feeling trapped or helpless. The third one is obsessive thinking. If you constantly are just in your head trying to make sense of this situation, trying to make sense of his actions, trying to figure out what has gone on or what was this or what was that, and you are in your head all the time thinking about this situation, there's a clear sign that this is bonding over trauma. Because if you're in a relationship that is based from real love, it's very grounding. You come together, but then when you're apart, you also feel so secure, strong. You can put your focus into work. In these situations where you're bonding through betrayal trauma, often you can't focus at work. You have found yourself constantly ruminating about him. And so your work is slipping or other relationships are slipping because you're all caught up in this situation. The next one is a fear of abandonment. And this one obviously closely ties into this obsessive thinking because if you're constantly fearing that you're going to lose the love of this person that you're so deeply attached to, then you are going to obviously be in your head about it a lot. But true love or real love or safe love doesn't leave you in a feeling of a fear state that you're going to lose them. You feel their stability, you feel their groundedness, you feel their presence, you feel their respect and care towards you, that no matter what happens, they're there or they're going to help, like together, you're going to move through it in a healthy, safe way, no matter what outcome it is. And this can when someone is safe, consistent, present, this won't activate the feeling of the fear of abandonment. Often these extreme highs and lows, or the yo-yo, or discarding, or someone withdrawing their love, will leave you in a state of never knowing which way the relationship is going to go or what emotion is going to come up within the other person. And this is often leaves you greatly feeling emotionally unsafe. To add to that, the next one is inconsistent care and affection. You feel their love and then you feel their withdrawal. You feel their full devotion and presence, and then you don't feel that. You feel them honoring, respecting, valuing you so much, and then they're devaluing you or discarding you. And so this leads to unpredictability. With that, you're not feeling safe or grounded because you're constantly trying to figure out what's going to happen next because their emotions are unpredictable. You're also often in a state of reflecting of what actions did I do that impacted them? And then sometimes you then shift your actions in order to help bring their love or keep their love, which is shifting yourself to keep them around. And then this is where we lose ourselves in relationships, right? Because we aren't our pure free self. We have to shift who we are in order to keep love around. And this boxes you. You don't feel safe. You don't feel free to just be fully who you are in safe, real love. You will feel a sense of freedom, a freedom that I'm just, okay, I'm literally myself. I can just be myself anywhere, everywhere, because I know that their love is just consistently there. Lastly, you'll notice your self-esteem dropping. When we are in a betrayal bond, it's so unhealthy that the relationship wears away at our self-esteem. We're always trying to please or protect the relationship or please them or keep them wanting or desiring us. But in that, we compromise ourselves, we violate ourselves, we neglect our own needs. By neglecting your own needs or not valuing yourself, your self-esteem drops. Now, I quickly want to go over the signs of real love, safe love. Love, when it feels safe, is consistent. You feel their investment. You don't feel that it gets threatened when you feel emotions or when things get tough. You always feel that they're invested in this relationship and the stability on that investment is consistent. Next one is that there's mutual respect. Do you feel that your partner respects you always? There may be actions that happen in the relationship where he doesn't value what has happened there, but that doesn't change the respect for who you are. He's always taking you into consideration and caring for your needs, constantly looking out for you, no matter what is, if your relationship is going through tension or if it's at a high point. The next one is consistent communication, communication where you feel fully safe to open up, be vulnerable, say no, say that doesn't work for me, say I don't like that, and know that if you have differences that you'll be able to work through them, but that won't then change their respect or care or desire for you. They won't discard you if you're different to them or that you have different opinions. They will respect that and want to know how can we hold two different people and continue to love each other through these differences. Often in trauma, love that is coming through trauma, when you say no, they take that as rejection or a loss of love. And so then they emotionally react to that and they might withdraw their love or put up a fight or get defensive or get reactive. And this is where it becomes scary to say no or to share our feelings because when we share our feelings, it feels unsafe to do so. The next one is trust. This one is a big one. Do you feel like you can fully trust them when together and also when apart? Do you feel fully safe that this person has your back even when you're not watching? Can you know that he can be out doing things with other people and you just know that he is fully honoring you and your relationship in all moments and he's holding that to a high regard? If you don't feel that, then you're obviously going to feel insecure in this because you don't feel safe, emotionally safe, that he's going to have your back. And the last one is growth. When we are in a betrayal bonded relationship, it's all just intensity, emotional intensity, but there's no real growth outside of the relationship where two people are fully growing as individuals and you together are complementing that growth and helping each other rise. In a relationship that is coming from safe love, healthy love, true love, you two as individuals are fully growing and complementing each other on that journey. So if you're noticing that there's parts of yourself that you've lost in the relationship and you can't fully do these things that is a big part of who you are, then one, it may not necessarily be that you are betrayal bonding. It could be that you're neglecting yourself just to feel safe in the relationship and respect them. And there is a big element of learning how to communicate our needs and prioritize ourselves when we come into a relationship. But it could also mean that there's compatibility here that we're not looking at because the feelings of intensity are so strong that we're actually neglecting to see, hold on, how compatible are we really in this relationship? So I hope that helps. Often, affair relationships, I see in these dynamics, people come together, and I would look out if you have gotten into an affair relationship, if there was some form of stress before the relationship started, whether someone has passed away, stress in work, health challenges, yeah, the loss of a loved one, something like that. Often this can bring affair relationships to life because you're connecting through a time where you're feeling super vulnerable in life. Yeah, look out for some of these signs. If you are in this situation and you are looking for support, I do offer one-to-one coaching where we have a 3-month coaching mentorship program where we work together every week to help you fully grow through this experience. And we also offer a membership community where women that are in affair relationships can come together and talk together and share and open up. This experience is very isolating. And if you do not have someone safe to talk to, you cannot fully heal with just keeping it all in yourself. And so this is where this sort of support community is so valuable, is just having a place where you can fully feel seen, heard, understood, hear other women's stories and be like, oh my God, that's exactly how I'm feeling. This mirroring is so healing towards your own journey. I hope that helps. Bye for now.